I'm back. Okay, many purists, and I'm not talking about hip purists, I'm talking about strength training purists, because there are people who are into strength training. They're not hit, but are still strength training purists. That's a thing. I was surprised. Okay, strength training alone will give you the ability to do a handstand. Only the practice is going to get you the handstand. Strength training will get you the if you're strong enough to be able to do a handstand, and you've got all the required strength, shoulder strength, wrist, hip, I'm going to use the word core. Sorry. I hate that word too. I hate it. I don't hate it. It's just wrong. Not the right word. My core was ripped out of me in the surgery. But your hips, abdominal, low back, all that has to maintain that skill. If you haven't gone through the progression sequence of learning to turn out, learning to fall properly, that inhibition, that fear of falling, it's going to hold you back from even trying. Strength alone is not going to give you that sense of accomplishment from doing a skill. And that sense of accomplishment is huge. The harder effort you have to working on the skill, the more the elation. When that young girl spoke those words and I understood it, the next week I could read more characters. Every day, every morning, I open up an app. It's called Do Chinese. Do Chinese, hit me up. Um, and I read. I just read the first page. It takes me about 15 seconds. 15 seconds. And for just 15 seconds, I'm sealing in again and again and again the recognition of those characters. It's probably about a total of 30 characters, 40 characters, I think. But I'm sealing them in. I know them, sealing them in. Same with listening. And I notice my confidence go up. And when the confidence goes up, brain opens up, more things. So after the girl said those words and understood it, I was able to the next week read or recognize easily 5 characters, more and more. And I was able to hear more and more. It starts clicking, and you ride the wave. Now there are a lot of theories in skill acquisition on how to ride that wave, because it will crest, always does. Your brain can only take in so much information, much stimulus before it has to process. It takes a while. And that plateau can be frustrating for many people. It's the rehearsal mastery plateau. You're working on other skills there and then. And whether it's language, whether it is pit crew, whether it's battleship training, all the same. Where am I? I talked about good preparation for skill. A couple of ways of doing that. And the ways of example, if you've seen the movie 13th Warrior, um, uh, Antonio Banderas, I think he's in it. He's a Persian guy going up to Scandinavia to help with something. He doesn't know Old Norse, but he listens. He listens, watches, listens, gets context, and listens. He starts to understand a few words. One word here, another word, another word, another word. This is how the process picks up. Every time you recognize and understand something, you get a jolt of confidence. You get that feedback of a successful completion. And the bigger the completion, the bigger the feedback, the bigger the elation. Small skills, small steps, small elation. Big skill, big elation. So, where are we? Okay, so let's go with the functional training, CrossFit. CrossFit I'm not Going to be slamming on you guys. Orange Theory, I'm not going to be slamming on you guys. Hit, not going to be slamming on you. Each got your good stuff. With the infamous tire, flipping of the tire, there are some valid arguments against that. Mine is you people. Okay, let me use the Pittsburgh Yuns who work with tires that size. Is that how you move them? I doubt it. I doubt it. It's not functional training, so it's not functional. Anyway, it's a hard thing to flip a tire. I've tried. I've tried. It's not easy. That's the point. Flipping a tire, yes, it is not true exercise. That's not the point. Many people miss the point. And I understand why. The confusion about what is exercise, what they think they're trying to accomplish, and what other people they're actually trying to accomplish, what actually happens. So, you flip a tire. Okay, let me back up a little bit. Average person here in the Western world, around the world, we are in a time where 150 years ago, life was laborious. I don't know if that's the right word. Correct me, please. Laborious, laborious. Maybe it's just a difference between British pronunciation. I don't know. Brits, give me an idea. If we live in a society where you don't have to produce much effort to stay alive. In fact, you have to produce effort to stay alive. You have to go out and actively seek it. That is a new reality that has changed only recently in humankind. Really rich people, really wealthy people, very powerful people in the past could do that, but the rest of humanity did not. I know this theory, I get it. Some people, it's like you're trying to recreate labor. Like I said before, simulated labor. Come on. Do the real labor. I'll tell more about that in the future. It's part of this. Okay. Let's talk about the tire. You're someone who has not produced much physical effort for quite a while. Your lifestyle, just out of necessity, out of happenstance, your activity level has decayed. Your physique has decayed. The distractions of life have made you not focus on your food. You've gotten overweight, all that stuff. It's all happened. You're at that your lifestyle and everything is you're out of shape and overweight. So you go to one of these places, you do one of these things, you have some mysterious skills, different weird skills. That makes sense. You do them anyway. That tire's heavy, it's clumsy, it's awkward. And I do agree, doing it it's not the best tool. It's not. It is a common tool that people know about. Don't be doing it on uneven surfaces. People just don't. Oh God, it's not a good idea. Flipping a tire, difficult. If you're one of the people who have not really been active, the act and the work of flipping it, yeah, you're going to have some exercise effect up until you're able to do the skill easily, and then it's going to be just mastery. You'll have some exercise effect. It stops. And then with the mastery, the exercise effect is less and less and less because your skill makes the movement more efficient. Same in gymnastics, same in language learning. As my skill with saying some vowels and my muscles have gotten stronger here in my tongue, mli, vli, fi, easier to pronounce. And my Russian friends, Ukrainian friends, all that kind of stuff. Anybody in Slavic languages, I apologize for my horrible tone there, but and then Chinese for my third tone is I can't even hear it well. I apologize, but you get the point. These muscles in the mouth and the tongue, the jaw, they have to practice. They have to practice these skills. And when I practice Russian, my mouth and right here actually get tired, fatigued, and I have to rest, and it gets better. Same with pit crew. Same with battleship. So on a battleship, also you're while you're doing these drills, you're trying to improve the skill of the completion, which is a success. And not only that, you got bombs and stuff going off all around you. You got to make sure everything works perfect. With a tire, it doesn't have to be perfect, but but if you're someone who is not does not have an active labor life, and that first time you turn over a tire, either with people or without, and you successfully complete it, elation, right there, elation. You successfully complete a skill, and you've got that surge of chemistry and going through your brain, going through your body, reinforcing those practices, reinforcing those attempts. The next skill you try is more likely to be successful. And if you leave that facility, wherever it is, with that chemistry going, in gymnastics, if you have a series of successful skills, you almost feel superhuman. And one day, if you get three skills in a row, that's rare, but you feel a little superhuman for a short time. I think anybody in diving, I think anybody in any kind of performance arts will say the same thing. It's like, yeah, yeah. And just like everything, just like any skill, plateaus, work on mastery. But people are walking out of Orange Theory, CrossFit, and other functional training programs with a sense of accomplishment, sense of completion, sense of physical mastery. Physical confidence is hugely important in fitness and activities in daily life. Physical confidence, your training, physical confidence is not just your ability to move, but your body shape, your body composition, your strength, your flexibility. Functional ability enables physical confidence, but only practice, only doing something shows you. People who are doing CrossFit, people who are doing functional training, people who are doing any of these, it is doing things like tires, all these skills, they're demonstrations of strength. I think what the hitters are missing is that the client, it's not a demonstration of strength to other people. It's a demonstration of strength to the client, to the user, to the participant. They're demonstrating their strength to themselves. They're accomplishing something they might not have thought they could. This progression sequence of doing it, some they work with them. All right, lift this way, do this, do this, do this. Whether or not it's garbage for exercise. Yes. Okay, let's just go it's garbage for exercise. Still has an exercise effect, but okay, let's just go with it's garbage. Those people are still walking out with a sense of completion. Strength alone will give you the ability to do a handstand, but if there are inhibitions, if you're falling, doesn't matter how small the inhibition is, you're not going to even try it. So strength alone, flexibility alone, endurance alone, all the other things, it's not enough. Not enough to bring that sense of physical competence. It enables physical competence, but only by trying, only by actually accomplishment can you have, you got that Physical competence, physical competence, physical competence. It's a stair step. It does that in rehab. You, there are, of course, many steps in between, but you understand. And by rehab to functional ability out of hospitalization or injury. So, yes, many of the functional things are garbage, but they're not horseshit. They're not completely, they have a purpose, maybe not the purpose you like, but that point, that sense of accomplishment is part of why people stick to these programs. It is addictive. It is why gymnasts stick with gymnastics no matter how hard it is. And you grit your teeth, you cry, you cuss. There's a poem. There's a poem in gymnastics, and every gymnast right now is nodding their head. And I'm not going to repeat it. You could the gymnast poem, or you can look it up, and it pretty much in it'll choke you up. Many gymnasts will read it before they start a practice. Just Google the gymnast poem. You'll get it. Um, that effect is also in these functional training things. That effect is in pit crew. That effect is on battleship. That effect is a sense of accomplishment, gives elation, enables more possibility for completion of other activities, like or unlike, and then the top off. You can work on mastery. Doesn't matter. As a long-term fitness solution, as a sustainable fitness solution, that might need to be part of the process. Somehow enabling someone to safely, carefully, confidently pursue and accomplish a simple task. And that's why Orange Theory, the things they do in Orange Theory, are good on you guys. Simple task, the ropes. Sometimes I've seen people do jumping. They're all kind of things. They are slightly difficult, but accomplishable. They're easy to accomplishment. When commanders in the military give an order, one of the things they know, you never give an order to a soldier that he or she cannot accomplish. That is an important point. Same in pit crew, same in battleship, same in functional training. That accomplishment is huge. Now, all that said, I do have a question for you CrossFitters. If you do CrossFit, and do you do kipping pull-ups at home by yourself when nobody else around looking? If you do, what benefit do you get from it? I got no clue. I am willing to be open that there is a benefit. I don't see it. And as a gymnast and a fitness enthusiast, this is one of the things. Yeah, separate the things. They're supposed to be separate. Giving pull-ups are just a little insulting to gymnasts. I'm willing to listen, to be open to that there is a benefit. I cannot see it. I don't agree with the tire thing, but I get it. I do get it. Don't agree with a lot of the things. I do get it. I think there are better ways to implement these ideas. I think there are better ways to incorporate skill sequences, simple skills, daily life skills. One of the things is they need to be difficult, physically demanding, but accomplishable. And the accomplishable is huge. It is part of the process. Simulating labor that has no endpoint, that's useless. That's just activity for activity's sake. Just go do labor. just go do real labor. But simulated labor that achieves that sense of accomplishment opens up the possibility of more accomplishments after, especially, oh man, okay, not especially, maybe outside of the gym. That inhibitor has been removed, like off R2D2, takes off the restraining bolt, and Leia pops out. Preparation of the inhibitor bolt in the handstand is the fear of falling. Doing the preparation of twisting out, rolling out, making it easy and comfortable to miss a handstand. It's the preparation is removing the straining bolt. Successful handstand is Leia. Come on, pants. So, think on this a bit. I'm going to later on present an imaginary workout that might be acceptable. I know the purist strength training and skill acquisition should be separate. I get it. Yes. Fast lizards. I get it. And for the most part, I agree. We still have to work around what is practical sometimes, what is reasonable, what is doable. So, I hope this has maybe, I don't want to say opened your eyes, but maybe given you an idea of what's going on, why functional training is picking up in popularity. Not saying I'm for it, not saying I'm against it. You be you. Enjoy it. Just get off my porch. Anybody knows that movie quote, "Get off my porch." How to implement this is a little more complex and requires a little bit of thought, and that's why some of these functional training places that are not aware of the skill progression sequences and what is necessary, and that's part of the problem of why. It's also why some of the injuries happen. Too hard of a skill at first. Don't give people an order they can't accomplish. To the CrossFit people, I have a question. Does what I say make sense? Is that what you experienced? If it is, put it in the comments. To the Orange Theory people, same thing. Is that part of why you stick with a program? Is that what makes you keep going back? That sense of accomplishment. In a diet program, that sense of accomplishment is most commonly expressed. Your pants or something like that, clothes. You haven't worn a piece of clothes in a couple of weeks and you try it on and it's really loose, and elation makes you stick with it longer. Elation. So, I hope what I've said makes sense. And hitters, if what I said is full of shit, horse shit, just put the initials, or you can say it. Attack the concept. You can attack the person, I don't care. You do you. But I'm looking forward to hearing about this. This is a video that I really hope gets responses, because I'm curious. I'm curious what people think of this concept, and possibly how to implement enhancing physical confidence from your program. That's what people want. That's what they want. Physical confidence. I can be big, not for me, not for me. But physical confidence is what people want. Leanness, bigness, abilities to move, to do things. Strength enables it, flexibility enables it, all that. I hope I hope people are willing to consider this. And if you're a purist and you want to keep them separate, yes, that's good. But if you're not doing something to grab that, if you're not doing something to deliver physical confidence, if you're not doing enough, you're going to struggle. You're going to struggle. I hope you don't. I hope you do well. In the next video, maybe not the next, it'll maybe be a little bit later, but I'm going to do an imaginary example of how to implement this idea on a kind of a humorous basis. Um, it's not a real actual program, but it could be. And I will give you some ideas. Proper exercise instruction, simple, achievable skill instruction. I think it could be combined. I think it could be. Whether it should be, that I don't know. It's a different discussion. But for the purposes of modern fitness and sustainable fitness, I think it could be. I hope to hear from y'all. Thanks.